What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. As we know, Brother Sarah Garvey has been under fire, depending on who you talk to. If you talk to people that's on the side of, let's say, somebody like me, he is being heroic. He's risked losing his channel after coming out against Pearly things and some of her, as he would call it, colonial mindset. And then there are others who believe that he's not being genuine. And Obsidian Media Network is one of those guys on the other side. But then, there was a pretty good interview that I'm only going to play part of it from the Millionaire Morning Show with Anton Daniels. And from what I can tell from this particular interview, because Mr. Sarah Garvey pulled up, he stayed there for quite a long time. Seemed like he was being very respectful. And I'm not saying that Anton Daniels was disrespectful, but it did seem like Anton Daniels, it was more like it was a tough interview, almost an interrogation. It seems like to me. So that's just my perspective of what I feel happened between the two of them. But nevertheless, it was good. I mean, it was, if you want to call it journalism, that was there. But I kind of want to talk about Sarah Garvey in what he had to say about the Just Pearly things. I'll play just this clip and then I'm coming back.
What's going on?
Anton, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing today?
Good. I was just out and I saw the live and I thought, let me just jump on.
Okay. Did you see any of the beginning of it?
I didn't. I heard someone told me that Pearl was on, and yeah, so I thought, okay, cool. Let me jump on. I'm sure people have got questions and all kinds of stuff that they want to know. So yeah, I'm here.
All right. So I got a couple questions for you, and then we could just figure out how the conversation is gonna go. I don't know how much time you got. You got a minute?
I got about 15 minutes. I just text where I was going and said, all right, cool, I'll be a little late. So.
All right. So I got a question. All right. So let's start here. Why come out with the video now? Like, why drop now? What prompted this, or what inspired you to create this video?
There's a couple of reasons. Like I said in the video, I had been working with Pearl for about a year now, and some of the things that I saw didn't sit well with me. I think Pearl is a little naive in my personal point of view, and some of the stuff that she tried to get me involved in was a little bit, let's say, unsavory for me. It wasn't my cup of tea, as we say over here. And then we spoke about the contracts, and essentially, for Americans speak, Americans will say someone tried to son you, right? And so I don't know. Is the reception good over there?
I can hear you great.
Or is it not that good?
Everything is great.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, she tried to generally sun me, right? After being a content creator that she reacted to before she actually got to the UK and helped her grow her channel. And then I said, okay, cool, fine, don't worry about it. And then what I saw was Pearl leaving comments in people's comment section saying that she's coming for everyone, just wait. And so I'm the type of person that doesn't go around bullying people. And I'm also the type of person that doesn't say I'm built for war when I'm not built for war, or asks for a war when I don't really want a war. And essentially that's what I saw. So I said, okay, cool. With this whole colonial mindset that you've got, specifically within the space, built up generally of black men, I've seen that she's been treating them disrespectfully, treating them like they are employees, but semi slaves when it comes to the contracts and stuff. So I said to myself, okay, you want to go to war? Let's go to war.
But wasn't you? But you've worked with her for a year, right?
I've worked with her for a year, but I hadn't worked with her for about 3 months.
So what happened for the other 9 months that you were with her? That you would take that because you were taking money from her, though, right? You was doing stuff for a fee, right?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, of course.
But you felt like she was a colonizer while you were also taking money from her for a fee, though, right? And you were helping her grow her channel.
I would say that the the deeper that I got into working for, the more I saw what the let's say what the setup was, because I was working independently and I didn't see it like that. The deeper that I got, I started seeing what was going on around her and the type of setup that she had. So I just said, you know what, I'm not really feeling this. And also I saw her ego grow. And we've all got an ego. I get it. But when you have an ego with black people, to treat them less than who they actually are, I think something needs to be said.
So you felt like
So I
she
said
was
it.
a colonizer, or she had this colonizing mentality or spirit, even though she was a bit
Yeah.
naive. But it took you 9 months to be able to separate yourself from her, right?
No, it probably took me 9 months to really see the operation, if I'm honest.
Sarah, you're a very intelligent man. You're a very intelligent man. I seen you on the video or you'll be any of the video where you was like, well, if we don't do it, or if you haven't subscribed and you watch 2 videos, what do we have? Beef, so on and so forth, and all of this. Come on, man. Like whatever opinion that you had of her, you didn't just develop it within the 9th month and then say, you know what? Well, I'm out.
No, it was a developing psychology. I won't lie, but the point that I'm trying to make is, once I saw what the actual the operation was like, I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm comfortable with this. So
Was it
that
that
was
you
it.
wasn't comfortable with the contract that she offered you, or you wasn't comfortable with her mentality? Because
Um,
you were
uh,
cool enough to actually entertain the possibility of a contract after you had done business with her, right? I guess the question that I'm really asking is, how come you didn't
yeah.
dedicate your energy, your resources, and your platform into developing other black people from the very beginning if you were all about focusing on black people?
Um, my ethos, right, for me is, I don't hate people and I don't disrespect people, but I want black people to do the best for themselves that they can do, no matter where they are on the planet. I've always said that. They call it black nationalism. I don't care if you're in Zimbabwe, America, the UK. If black people can help themselves off the bottom of the social economic ladder, I'm all about it. So, like I said, I work with everyone. If you've seen my content, I've interviewed all types of people, because I don't hate people. I'm about
But you
the
utilized your
psychology of
platform to
people
promote her
also.
platform, though. It's a
So,
difference, though.
go say again.
I said you utilized your platform and you worked with her for over
Yeah, I
nine
mean,
months. See, it's a
it was
difference
it was
between interviewing somebody and creating content, but then working with them and sitting in a studio and then also even considering the possibility of a contract. That speaks to a completely different thing, right? And when you sit around somebody or you spend enough time with somebody, you develop some sort of a relationship, whether
you
it's a
mean.
friendship, whether it's a working friendship relationship type of thing. You start to whenever you
What you?
have somebody's phone number and you have the ability to call them, it's a completely different conversation, though. Would you agree or would you disagree with that?
Yeah, she was a business associate, of course. Yeah, 100%.
And so this particular time, right? You're saying that based off of what you told me, is that when you seen her in the comments saying that she's gonna come for people, then that's what
Yeah,
sparked it for you to create this video about the person that you've worked with for the last year.
Like I said, I hadn't worked with her for 3 months prior to that,
Right.
and I had been, for my own uncomfortable reasons, I'd been watching what had been going down. There are some things behind the scenes, like with certain individuals within the camp, that I'd been hearing, and conversations that I've also had. And yeah, I just felt like, specifically when it comes to black men, I'm about ownership, and we can do business. Don't get me wrong, you and I could do business, but I'm never going to try and own you, and I don't want you to try.
So let me just kind of get to the part where Anton Daniels says, so why didn't you put your energy into building black people instead of dealing with her? That was kind of one of the questions there. And then secondarily, there is another question in which he talked about, well, you felt like doing business at that time with her. So why all of a sudden did you change your mind? Was it because of the contract? What about the time before? And let me just kind of deal with the second question, right? And that's kind of generally what he's saying. He said, well, gradually I changed my psychology. And for those who don't believe that, I'm going to make a confession right now. That is what happened in the Black Manosphere. Right before Kevin Samuels passed away, there are a few things that he said about the Black Manosphere space. And YouTubers who are close to him know it. He was saying, like, as he saw the community kind of unraveling into what it was, he said that he felt too confined into the community, right? And guys like me, we sort of saw with some of the brothers, not all of the brothers, right? We have a lot of good brothers, right? That it needed rebranding for some of us. And there was a lot of things that I was seeing behind the scenes with some of the, just people in some situations. It left a lot to be desired, right? And I won't go into that because I still love the Black Manosphere community. But again, you're seeing these things and you're still in the organ. You're still dealing with certain things. You're still seeing it and you're still seeing what's going on. But now here's what happened, I believe, with what Mr. Sarah Garvey said. At a certain point, he did mention that she changed to a different management. And that's something that we leave out here. Just Pearly Things switched management. Now, as she switched management, he even said that the people started being paid penance. Or that's, I don't know if it's penance, however you say it there. But now, pennies on the dollar. After hiring Kobe DeVito, people can change, man. People can start off one way and change. And so that's his argument that, hey, she changed. Things started getting different. He started seeing, all right, here's some things going on. And there's no hope. Okay, so this is the evidence of what I've been trying to see. And that happens all the time, even in relationships. If you have a girlfriend, husband, boyfriend, whatever, men and women both go through that. You're looking like, okay, something is changing. I don't like what I see. I'm staying around. Okay. You weigh out the good, the bad, vice versa, right? But then secondarily, he's like, well, why didn't you spend your time working with black people? And if you look at Brother Sarwar Garvey, I know of brothers who know him in the British pro-black community. The guy's known on the streets, all right? He's known in the streets. That's the situation. All right. He has his reputation from doing street debates and things like that. So the guy is not just, he would be the equivalent of to somebody like Inside Netter's organization. Like the guy puts down, he gets it in, right? Now, what might be a little different from him is he interviews people from all walks of life. So he doesn't necessarily hate other groups. So he can withstand working with Just Pearly Things. Whereas somebody such as myself who doesn't hate anybody, I'm strictly against explaining myself or having conversations about blacks to anybody that's not black or African. I'm not going to do it. I feel like it's wasting my time. So you will not see that sort of collaborative effort with me with somebody else of another race, unless that person is just like, there's this one person I know that lives here, has lived here like 25, and he's like the only white Pan-African person I can say you can maybe put that terminology on, but that's a very rare case. But again, that's something that you never really see. For me personally, I'm not gonna do that, but he's different. Okay, and so he works with other people in the community. And London is a little bit more, I would say that community is, more we may be a little bit more divided in America, right? So again, just because he was working with her, in his mind, it doesn't take away from the fact that he was still trying to build up black people. And again, at the end of the thing, he says them very masterfully. He says, listen, I want to be in a position of ownership. I don't want to own you, and I don't want you to own me. So again, it seems like, I don't know, from what I can tell, definitely from what I can tell, Anton is taking the position that favors just pretty things. We've already talked about that offline. Few brothers and sisters I've already talked to about that offline, right? But in the brother's defense, he came onto the show. He did a yeoman's job. He didn't have to explain himself. He did. From what I've seen, Anton gave some extremely uncomfortable questions. He ate them. He took it. More power to him. So again, if you want to check out the full interview on Anton's Daniels channel, you can do so. And I'll be out. Peace.